I've got a bunch of stones that I need to knap that are mystery stones and let's see, different kinds of spalls in different shapes and rock challenges. I could be doing these types of videos for a long time, but excuse me. Cool. But I'm going to intersperse those with other types of videos. Yeah, I could just be doing nothing but these little rock challenge, weird shapes and different materials type videos. What should I start off with? Let's see. I cut off the pinky finger of a perfectly good glove. I just recently bought these. Okay, I should flatten and smooth these out, but I took the sander out of this little area so I can clean up the flakes easier. There's always a trade-off. Alright, this might be internally cracked. I got a bunch of these, or I napped them all except for this one. The last boxes of stone that I got were Georgetown. Out of 5 or 6 pieces from each box, I can only make money off of 1 or 2 pieces. Unless I make something fancy like a Clovis or something like that out of these little ones. I don't know, sometimes I can make an interesting point out of this stuff, smaller stuff that you guys might like. But I've already spalled everything down. I've got my stone I'm working with for my side projects. I don't have enough. I broke a blade last night, so I'm down 1. I don't have enough. I'm missing 1. I don't want to have to order a whole box just for 1 long blade, so I'm not going to. Nope. I'm gonna have to say sorry, but the 1 blade that I thought I was able to make snapped, and I'm not gonna order a 1 whole new box just for that 1 blade, or the potential for 1 more blade. Because what if that one snaps too? Gotta order another box. Yeah, and why is it that a box only has 1 or 2 good pieces in it for this long stuff? Well, because of internal issues. Internal issues. The whole thing is not perfectly consistent. Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, I can get good spalls like this off of the big chunks of Georgetown. When it comes down to trying to preserve the whole length, it doesn't work in many cases. Now this might look like I spalled a bunch of flakes off of this one, but I didn't. If you look, there's only 2 big spalls and a bunch of little cruddies. Little cruddies. Now these can be utilized. Yeah, you can cut meat and stuff and do all kinds of neat things, but they last for a day or something, and then they need to be resharpened. And this looks like I napped a whole bunch of stuff off of it, although some of you clever guys will say no, it doesn't look that way because it's got cortex that gives it away. It was not that thick. Yeah. Well, let's see. If I take off the cortex and get ready for another pass, as I might do in the past, a pass in the past. Now you can't tell if there was cortex on there, and I'm ready for another pass. Excuse me. Okay. Isn't it pretty? I think so. Only someone who likes rocks will think that's pretty. Alright. So yeah, I'm kind of doing the long flake removal thing. I can do it on this sort of spall or this sort of nodule. It was kind of like a spodule because it was broken, so it was not really a spall and not really a nodule. It was a spodule, you know, with them square edges. Yeah, I ruined it. I ruined my streak of good flakes because I was going to take another one off of there. What happened? Well, this is what happens with the big ones too. This big old nodules and spodules. They break in unexpected ways. That was a good platform on very good material. For some unknown mystery, it didn't want to flake. Probably because the statistics caught up with me. Yeah. See, it's doing fine now. Anyway, I don't normally nap this way. But since the weather's so nice, it kind of reduces the anxiety levels. Yeah, there's a lot of anxiety when you try to do it really fancy. And yep, I can do it this way. I have been criticized for, you know, reducing these down in stupid ways. Yeah. They don't say stupid, but they just say, you know, dude, there's a better way to do that. I've seen it. There's YouTubers who know how to spall these. You don't. Yeah. I do know how to spall them down like that. I've done it before. There you go. I know I lost some length on that. But from here I can get it by face. Alright. What about these? Some people wonder about these. What are these? These are like tabular, flying saucer shaped. You know, you hold it off the side. That's a flying saucer shape. Of course, this way it's not. Anyway, what are these? What's in them? It looks like a big piece of flour waiting to be made into a tortilla. Big blob of flour. Yeah, I don't know what that is. What is it? You're not going to get the full length of it because you got about a 1/4 inch of cortex or more. So don't be buying this thinking you're going to get a full length out of it. Don't measure it and say, yeah, that's it. I'm going to get a big piece out of this one. I don't think so. Although I bet you the stuff inside is really nice. Don't be fooled by these. Just saying. Some of you guys already know. Some of you guys are way ahead of me. Been napping for many, many years. You're way ahead of me. You already know. But for the 80% of you that don't, this is what happens. Be careful what you order. You know? Say, I want these little tabs, flying saucer looking things. And the seller says, you sure? And you go, oh, of course, yeah, I heard good things about these. Okay. There you go. Give you a whole box of these. Is it good? Man, I don't know, because by the time I got to the middle, I ended up with like a pound of chalk and about an ounce of middle. What's up? Well, that's what you wanted, huh? That's what you wanted, right? Right, Smarty Pants? That's what you wanted? Yeah, I guess that's what I wanted. So what you gonna order next time? You're gonna order one of them spodules? Yeah, give me some spodules. They're not nodules, they're not spalls. kind of in-betweeners. Yeah. Of course, they're not all like this. I'm just being hyperbolic. But some of them are like this. And if I didn't demonstrate it, you would say, dude, they're not like that, dude. They're all cool. They're all good. And these little amoebas looking things, they're all good. Okay. See, did we get something? We get something. Yeah. It looks pretty good. I just took that because I needed to see. I'm too impatient. I want to see what's in the middle. And yes, I am napping the cortex. Amazing, isn't it? That means I can nap limestone? Ha 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 ha. You can nap limestone? Well, yes and no. You can nap it, but it's not going to get sharp. It's not going to get sharp. It's all chalky. I mean, you can maybe a first shot deal. Might be able to do it. It's not too bad. But that's not going to be a very durable edge. So a knife is out of the question. You could probably get a piece of wood to be just as sharp as this. And the wood just grows on trees. Yeah. Imagine that. Don't have to go looking for no silly rock. That's rare. 8 days of walking each way in the snow, uphill, to get your rocks. And they did it. Oh, yes. But they didn't do it for no one-shot deal arrowheads. No. If they're going that far, I think that they're using those stones for knives. So why would you walk 8 days each way uphill in the snow for one-shot deals where you just shoot the piece of rock and no matter what it hits, it's going to break because it's so delicate, so finely made, so beautiful. It's going to get all messed up. Why would you walk 8 days uphill both ways in the snow for something that'll break on the first shot? Riddle me that one, Batman. Yeah. Dude, I don't like it when you talk that way because I don't want to listen to you no more. Join the club. That's what all my kids say. Yeah. Do I mess with the kids like that? Of course. It's a little bit of payback for all those days they didn't cooperate. Yeah. Is it really? No. I'm just kidding. It seems that way in retrospect, but you try to keep things interesting when talking to children because otherwise you just start pulling your hairs out and it starts getting gray. Yeah, when my hair started getting gray, talking about pulling them out, I used to try to pluck out the gray ones. No, not this story again. Yeah. I don't know if I've told it on video, but yeah, there's a story where I started to pluck out my gray hairs and they were coming in the front, on my forehead, on top of my forehead, and on the sides. And I was plucking them out. I'm thinking to myself, wait a second. I can't be plucking these out because then I'll start getting bald early. What am I doing? Yeah. Kids made me do it because they're not cooperating. They don't understand. They don't understand the long-range vision of cooperating at this particular moment in time. I don't have to do that. It's not good for the future. I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking about how bad I'm going to feel if I scrub the pans and scrub the grease out of the pans. I'm going to feel bad. I'm not thinking about the next dinner. It's going to taste really good when the pan's nice and clean. Just leave it greasy, man. Yeah. That's just an example. That's just an example. My kids really didn't get didn't get hammered with a lot of dishes. We didn't use a lot of dishes. You learn fast to figure out ways to give them finger food. Just put it in a bowl and grab what you want. Yeah. Or just put it in separate bowls. You grab a tortilla. There's a tortilla. There's a lettuce and tomato in the bowl. There's the meat in the bowl. Here's a spoon and do yourself. Do your own tacos. The way you like them. Extra tomatoes? Fine. I'll cut some more tomato. You want meatballs and spaghetti? There's the spaghetti in the big bowl. There's the meatballs over there. You want extra sauce on the meatballs? Here's a bowl for the sauce. Yeah, I put everything in the microwave. Oh well. Dad, are these meatballs from yesterday or today? Don't worry about it. Smells like you put them in the microwave. No, they weren't that picky on food either. Good thing. Man, that would have been doubly hard. I'm glad my kids were not that picky. Some of them were kind of picky with food. Maybe one or two. Not going to say who in case they're watching. They don't like watching my videos, but just in case. Why don't they like watching my videos? Because it's weird. It's weird. Dad, I don't watch your videos. They're weird. Yeah, sometimes they're in the background. They'll watch them sometimes. Just to see if I'm talking about them, I suppose. I don't talk about you on the videos, don't worry. Yeah, I don't talk about anyone in particular. Yeah, except when I say, like, one of my sons makes fun of me because of my lack of geographic knowledge and geopolitics. Knowledge of geopolitics. I don't really care about foreign affairs, foreign policies. Yeah, I don't care. Domestic policy is what I'm worried about. And not doing this kind of stuff. I'm worried about these kind of weird breakages. See, this is what happens with very, very nice material. Yeah, any little mistake. I don't know why how I hit that wrong. Some of you guys can pick up why I hit that wrong. Was I stressed out talking about whatever I was talking about? I don't know. There's no outside influences. There's no neighbors fighting or fussing or whatever. Today's Saturday. Probably not even home. It's so quiet. The dogs are quiet. Maybe they're out for a walk with their dogs. No outside influences to distract me. So what was it? What made me do that nasty break that hurts a lot because it could lead to problems in the future? What is that? It's a little snail. Let's see. It's funny how it would be exactly like two antennae. Let's see. I didn't even notice that. Was it like that when I bought it? Probably. Anyway. Yeah, I can't be in a bad mood today, even though that hurt. Not worried about it. There's some cracking in there. There's an incipient crack, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to put that to the side. That's going to go in the pile of usable flakes and bifaces. Oh yes, I got some usables. All right, guys. I used to know what that's called. Yeah, there's a name for that type of flake in the Levallois Melu. Yeah. In the world of Levallois, there's a name for that type of flake. Okay. Yeah, we'll revisit that stuff over and over. Again and again. Now, this one is another question mark. It's red, right? It looks red. There's the question mark. I knew there was one here. See? And it's not part of the stone. Shirley actually wrote it on there. This is still, I'm still working on stone from that box that she sent me a while ago. It wasn't the one I got yesterday. The one I got yesterday was this stuff. Right? I think, yeah. That little round, flying saucer looking thing was from yesterday's box. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let's see what we got. There was one flake taken off in that direction, and I bet they went, ooh, nice. We'll see. We'll see how nice this is. Ready? Did it do it? Oh, yes, it did. Went all the way across. All the way across. Who is drooling? Who is it? Who out there likes this kind of stuff? I used to like the pretty stuff. Yeah, I used to. Now it's all workability. If it's workable, I like it. If it's got pretty color, meh. I don't really care. I used to try to work around the nice looking colorful areas and try to capture them and maintain them in the point. But I don't anymore. I don't anymore. This is a jasper, right? Oh no. Jaspers are not translucent. They are opaque. That's how you know. This is a chert, right? Yeah. It's got translucency. Jaspers are opaque. At least the way we classify them in the US, as far as I remember. I could be wrong. And if I am, make sure you mention that in the comments, because some of you guys are comment scanners that you do read the comments, which is good. Put it in the comments for the guys that are very efficient in their YouTubing. They know how to take advantage of YouTube. They don't not only watch the videos, they read the comments. Get the most out of their YouTube experience. Yeah. All right. Here we go. Let's see if we can get some other arrowhead looking flakes. Useful for... I don't know how to keep those preserved. Anyway, if that was a long flake, could I use it? Well, let's see. It's kind of curved, so maybe not. It's kind of got inclusions. See those little inclusions in there? That might weaken it. See, you might be saying, oh, I wish it was preserved all the way. You probably couldn't use it. See how curved it is? So it's okay if it's broken. Yeah. Okay. I like it broken. Yes, I do. I like it when it breaks like that because it saves me a little bit of time. It's almost exactly in half, and each half is good for a little arrowhead, which is quite common in the archaeological record, and I can say I'm doing it like they did back in the day. Yep. Little bitties. Very common. Little bitty arrowheads. Okay. It's probably why they're not sought after. There's so many of them. And anyone can make them. Yeah. Although there are some that are absolutely beautifully thin and beautifully made with notches and all that, and long barbs and very delicate serrations. Yeah, some of those little bitty ones. I can make those little bitty ones out of this stuff, although some of this is not that good. See how it's all nasty? Now this might be heat treated, so I'm cheating here. I don't think this is raw. by the look of it. But I don't, you never know. This could be raw. Usually when it naps like this, even though it's not that easy, it may be heat treated. Usually, it's got a nice surface to it. It's not like showing a lot of radial cracks. Instead of the waves, the other cracks that go straight in. Those cracks are kind of common on very hard, tough stone that's raw, that you're hitting really hard. With the heat treat, it smoothens it out in some cases. Some cases it does cause a lot of ripples if it's heat treated. Now, if you find something in nature that feels like it might be heat treated, and you're saying to yourself, this might have been in a fire, like a natural forest fire, and got heat treated in the fire. No. I mean, I've said it's possible. I've responded to comments before. Yeah, it's possible that it could be thermally altered by forest fire, but usually that sort of fire heats up the stone too quick, and the stone cools down too quick, so a lot of times it just gets ruined. It just ruins the stone, and you can't nap it. I think it'd be rare and an exception to find a natural fired stone on the surface. Ooh, that should have been a nice flake. Maybe it is raw. Okay, I had to hit that extremely hard, so it might be raw. Now, can this be heat treated? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Sometimes you'll look at a stone and you would say, that's an excellent candidate for heat treatment. And then you try heating it, and you crack it open, and it's got all kinds of thousands of little cracks and stuff in it. Called crazing. Crazing, C-R-A-Z-I-N-G. Anyway, it might not all heat treat well. Okay, so let's study this for a minute and look at the mechanics of this crack. See how it went down like normal. See? But then it started to reverse itself. Like that. Why did it do that? Probably because of an internal flaw. So it takes the path of least resistance. So instead of finishing out down here, it took off the little, I don't know, turtle backpack. Because it's not exactly on the back. Like up here. This little lump is like a backpack. It's down below. Kind of, sort of. Just took it off. This is the turtle backpack. Alright, whatever. Talking to you like I'm talking to my kids or something. Yeah, I've had too many children, I was about to say. Too many experiences there. Maybe. 6 children. Yeah. I didn't spend enough time with them. Always chasing the money, going to work. Wherever the money dictated. Okay, is this... Ooh, it did go all the way across, but I ended up with a curved piece. Okay, so I'm done with this. I can get a biface out of this. Well, let's move on, because I want to do these. I got like 2 minutes, and I want to explore this Vermont rock. I got this on the trail the other day, and I think it might be nappable. It reminds me of a basalt. We'll see. I'm just going to try it. I did cheat. I took off a piece there. It sure does feel like a basalt. But the kind that you find in landscapes and gravels and stuff. It might even have been brought in and just spread out on the trail along with the other chunks of gravel. So yeah, it's kind of like a, reminds me of railroad stone. What's railroad stone, you might ask? The kind of stone you find on the railroad tracks. You know, underneath the tracks as the base that the tracks are put on. Yeah, I don't know. This can be kind of miserable to knap. So yeah, I'm not going to even continue, because that's just miserable. And I have, believe it or not, I have a whole box of this stuff, like a medium flat rate box that someone sent me, of nothing but large chunks of what looks like railroad gravel. And I was challenged to see if I can get something from it. Yeah, I'll bust out that box and I'll take a piece out, and after I find out that I can't do anything with it, I'll just chuck it. Sorry. Okay, so that's it for this video. Got to get back to normally scheduled knapping in preparation for the auction. Okay.